Okay, here we go. This is one of my favorite cars. Only reason is he drives it just like I drive mine. And he's not shy about distances either. But beautiful car Kevin owns here. FK5, white interior, black vinyl top, 4-speed, 391 gears, Kev, right? 391s. And he drives it. When I say he drives it, trust me, he drives this car just like I drive mine. I'm not afraid to take it great distances. As long as you keep things mechanically sound and keep after things, you can drive them. They're made for. They weren't made to be put in the garage and on car trailers and hauled around. I mean, they're meant to be driven. And this one definitely is driven. So we're gonna get the back side of the car here where we started, and I'm gonna let Kevin tell a little story about the car, and he can fill you in. And then we'll show the engine. We'll show the engine compartment. And we'll show the passenger compartment. So Kevin, what made you decide to buy this car?
I actually kind of got it in a deal. I'd built a car for a fella and he wanted an investment car, and we bought it together, him paying the money and me going to do the work, and I was young at the time. And after a little while in the body shop jail, he decided he wanted out, so I bought him out of it. But we bought the car in '97 in boxes, 15 boxes to be exact. It was a rolling shell. The car was pretty much complete. I laid it out on the guy's driveway, kind of like you see a pictorial breakdown of a car, and I determined 2 parts were missing. When I assembled it, there was a 3rd part missing, and I'm convinced it's in my shop somewhere because it's a rear bumper bracket, and there's no way I would have overlooked the rear bumper bracket.
Right.
But the car's been within 35, 40 miles of my house ever since new.
And you are from Florida.
Owner. Yep, I'm from Florida. It was bought in South Georgia. I'm right up against the edge of it. I'm the 4th owner. I know all 3 of the other owners. And I built it and said I would never own a car I couldn't drive, and I have proceeded to drive it. I fired it. I was up here in 13, and I said I'm going to drive my car up here next year. So I went back to the house and I started working on it. I fired the engine on a stand December 31st. I backed the car out of my shop March 31st. Proceeded to finish the striping and drive it around a little bit at the house. And June 1st of 14, I left the house and I went 4,400 miles before I went home.
And was that the year that you guys drove to the Nationals and back, Mopar Nationals?
That was the year, no, I think it was the next year, because 14 wasn't the anniversary. I found out the 45th was going to be the next year.
That's right.
I drove it back up here the next year. And then I left it at a buddy's house in PA. And Barry and I drove over to the Nationals because he had never been to the Nationals for the reunion in, I guess it was 15. And this, he said, was the first AAR he'd ever actually ridden in. But it's got white interior, and although white makes the car pop, and in my opinion, quite frankly, the only thing makes the FK5 look.
It's the cooler combination color. I really like the white interior, black vinyl top, and there's quite a lot of them the same color combination, and they're all optioned the same. Like you and I were talking about it.
Yes.
They're all, and it's weird the way they drop over the registry, the beginning of the registry, in the middle, and at the end. But they're all optioned the same, and they're all in the same kind of numbered groups. So let's see
It being white interior is a devil to live with, so I chose to leave the original interior in it, even though I have new interior.
Right.
And it's getting bad enough that I'm going to have to replace it at some point. But I usually keep a T-shirt over it, so it's not as abused. The month and a half before I came this year, I had the heads off of it because my exhaust seats had started to sink due to the unleaded fuel. And when I put it back together, I found that the timing cover was seeping a little bit, so I replaced the timing cover gaskets. And Monday, in my final cleanup and look over, I decided there was more fuel leaking out of the carbs than I cared for, so I pulled the carbs off of it and went through those.
And you got to do that for a big trip because, like, you're coming from Florida, so that's something you got to do because you don't want to have a problem on the road coming up.
Yep. The only issue I had was the voltage regulator started fluctuating south of Atlanta, and I stopped and picked one up in Nashville and replaced it. I was hoping to find the correct date-coded one again to put back on it here at the show, but this year we were vendorless.
So one of the things with all these cars that Kevin and I were talking about is all the options are the same. Burnt orange, white interior, black vinyl top, 4-speed, 391 rears, 6-way seat. And as you can see, this car has rear defrost, and all of them do for some reason. Now the switch is there; it is supposed to have it, although Kevin does not.
I hadn't cut it out. I hadn't cut it out.
Right. Kevin has all the stuff to put it back in. As you see, there's no rear defrost on the speaker shelf. He does have to put that back in, but these cars all are optioned the same. And it's unique to seeing the way they come across the registry list, but he drives it, folks. He drives it a lot, just like me.
It normally sits higher. That's an AAR Cuda.
Yeah, but you got to see, he's got it packed pretty tight. We're going to show you. And there you go. He's got all his amenities for the weekend, his blankets, toolbox, anything in case something happens. That's what you got to take when you go on a trip. You don't want to have to be calling AAA to come haul it home for you, or a shop to get worked on.
But I do have AAA premium.
Just in case. So there you go.
Hood's actually never been painted on the car. It wasn't with the car when I painted the Organosol, and it's amazing how well it matches.
A little tidbit you just found out, but all in all, just a cool car, as they all are. But it's even better because he drives the shit out of it. Again, websites, transamcuda.com, AAR Registry, Challenger TA Registry, Hamtrak Historical. Like it, share it, talk about it, comment, suggestions. And as you can see, Kevin's pointing out all the shows he's been to. He was at the Don Garlett's 2014.
Nats in 15.
The 35th Nats. And then here, the Showfield.
Nats 100, or
the 100 anniversary at the top here of Dodge. So that's it for now. We'll get another one going on here, see what else I can find. Hopefully we can find a TA to do or two. And then we're going to get the cars in the Y building as they come out. Best ones I'm going to do last, that's going to be Frankie Polara's 27,000 original mile Survivor AAR. I didn't get a chance when it was here before, but I'm going to get a chance now. But thanks for checking in, and we'll talk to you guys in a little bit.